Hello friends. In this video we are discussing about euthanasia. First, we should all know about what euthanasia is. Euthanasia is derived from a Greek word called euthanatos, which means easy killing. Euthanasia, also known as assisted suicide, is a controversial topic that refers to the practice of ending the life of a person suffering from an incurable illness or injury. The debate surrounding euthanasia often revolves around the ethical and moral questions it raises, such as the right to die, the role of the medical profession, and the potential abuse of the practice. One of the key arguments made by those who support euthanasia is that it is a matter of personal autonomy and the right to determine one's own fate. They argue that individuals should be able to choose when and how to end their suffering, especially if they are facing a terminal illness or chronic pain that cannot be alleviated through other means. Opponents of euthanasia argue that it is a violation of the sanctity of life and that it sets a dangerous precedent by suggesting that some lives are not worth living. They also express concern about the potential for abuse and exploitation of the practice, such as if an individual is coerced into ending their life or if the decision to end their life is made for them by others. The issue of euthanasia is further complicated by the role of medical professionals, who are often torn between their ethical obligations to preserve life and the desire to alleviate suffering. Many medical organizations have taken a stance against euthanasia, arguing that it is not within their purview to take a life and that their role is to provide care and support for patients. There are two main types of euthanasia: voluntary and involuntary. Voluntary euthanasia refers to the practice of ending the life of a person who has made a deliberate and informed request to do so, usually due to terminal illness or unbearable suffering. This type of euthanasia is usually performed with the consent of the person who is undergoing the procedure. Involuntary euthanasia refers to the practice of ending the life of a person without their consent, typically due to their incapacity to make decisions or because their life is deemed no longer worth living. This type of euthanasia is widely considered unethical and illegal in most countries, as it violates the basic principles of human dignity and autonomy. There are also two subtypes of euthanasia, known as active and passive euthanasia. Active euthanasia refers to the practice of administering drugs or other means to directly cause death. This is typically performed in cases where the person is in severe pain and suffering, and they cannot be helped through other means. Passive euthanasia refers to the withholding or withdrawing of life-sustaining treatment, such as food, water, or medical treatment. This is often done when a person is facing an incurable illness and there is no hope for recovery. Despite the ongoing debate, there is no clear consensus on the issue of euthanasia. Some countries have legalized the practice, while others have taken steps to criminalize it. As of 2022, euthanasia is legal in Belgium, Canada, Colombia, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Spain, and all 6 states of Australia, which are New South Wales, Queensland, South Australia, Tasmania, Victoria, and Western Australia. In some Asian countries like South Korea, it is now legal, but in India only passive euthanasia is legal with patients' consents, and their guardians' and doctors' consents. Euthanasia remains a highly controversial and divisive issue, with different countries adopting different approaches to the practice. While it is legal in some countries, including Belgium, the Netherlands, and Switzerland, South Korea, it is illegal in many others, including the United Kingdom. In conclusion, euthanasia remains one of the most controversial and divisive issues of our time. The debate over euthanasia raises complex ethical, moral, and legal questions about the right to die, the role of medical professionals, and the value of human life. While some individuals believe that euthanasia is a necessary option for those facing incurable illness or unbearable suffering, others view it as a violation of the sanctity of life and a dangerous precedent that undermines the value of human life. As the debate continues, it is important to consider the various arguments and perspectives that have been put forward, and to engage in a careful and nuanced examination of the issues at play. Whether or not euthanasia should be legalized is a decision that will ultimately be shaped by the collective values and beliefs of society, and it is essential that we engage in an informed and respectful discussion about the matter in order to reach a just and equitable solution.